And you're still watching Prime Morning, and this segment is a news flash segment. Of course, there's so many things happening in our system. We have about 23 days to go to the polls to cast our votes. I don't know who you're voting for, but just make sure that you vote for the right person so that we don't suffer one day. You know, who you believe in their policies, who you believe can deliver, who you believe can give us a better Ghana is who we urge you to vote for. And also, please and please again, after voting, go home. We are pleading with you. We want a very peaceful election 2024. So after voting, don't stay around, don't hang around. Election headquarters on multimedia will bring you every news you are looking for. And so we'll go to every polling station. We'll bring you everything that is happening at the polling stations. We'll be there when the counting is ongoing. We'll even be at the EC office. So don't worry. Just stay in the comfort of your home. Tune into multimedia. So we have our radio channels. Every radio channel will broadcast it. We have Joy FM, we have Hits FM, we have Asempa, we have our Dome FM. If you come to the TV stations, we have Joy Prime will be on, Joy News will be on, we have our Dome TV will be on. So every news station radio, TV, will bring you all the details. So just go home, okay? And trust us to deliver to you at your doorstep. This segment is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone, paper, pay fee, whatever gadgets you're looking for, whether mobile phones, televisions, CCTV cameras, tabletop fridges, iron, washing machine, all the gadgets, we have them. Very authentic as well. To make things very easy, you can actually just download the app on your phone, Franco Trading app. Very, very simple. Let's beat the traffic. We don't want you to be in traffic at all. The Christmas season is around the corner, so we say traffic is piling up or building up. Don't be in the traffic. At the comfort of your home, just make sure that you order whatever you see on our website and we'll deliver to you. You can actually visit our website to www.francotradingenterprise.com for further enquiries. Franco Trading Enterprise, still is still, phone, paper, pay fee. Now today is the D-Day for our Joy Prime Made in Ghana fair. I was going to say the good pack. But guess what? We are all going to the good pack for the Joy Prime Made in Ghana fair. And it's starting today. And today we'll have our grand opening, our opening ceremony, where, you know, we'll have the head of tourism there to grace the occasion. We'll have other dignitaries, or CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority will be there. Mr. Kwesi Pia, he'll be there, and other dignitaries as well will be there. So we'll start at 2 o'clock. If you also want to be a part of it, you can definitely be at the Good Park for the opening ceremony. So we want to see everybody there, okay? And there will be lots of items to purchase, lots of food to eat from. I mean, lots to drink. Just look good and come. Look good and come. It's going to be a fantastic event. And we'll also be crossing over to the Good Park to see how setting is going, like the setup and everything is ongoing. So as time goes on, we'll be crossing over, coming back intermittently, and we'll see how everything is panning out. All right, so I say today to Sunday is my birthday. Let's celebrate together. Now I'm here with the man who is representing the NDC this morning, E.A. Metal Nunu Jr. Hi, E.A. Metal Nunu.
Hello, Rosalind.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're looking beautiful as always.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you.
I can see that you're enjoying the last quarter of the year.
We work hard, so we have to enjoy it.
You will enjoy the first quarter too very well.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
These are signs that there will be a good first quarter next year.
Yes. No matter who comes to power, there will be a first good quarter.
Oh, yeah, then DC Jomama is coming to power, so there will be a good first
quarter
next year.
Me, I don't even base my good time on political AU. I base it on me working hard, making my money, and enjoying it.
Oh, yes, but then because of good policies and stabilization of the economy, the CD, inflation and all that, you realize that you enjoy better. Because right now, if you have 10 Ghana cedis, what you can buy with 10 Ghana cedis, you go to the market the next time, you can't buy with it. But with good policies in the system, even though you'll be enjoying, you see that it will be more, the enjoyment will be more. So the next quarter of the first year, I think will be very nice under John Dramani Mahama. You look more prettier, younger. So we hope for a beautiful 2025 too. So everybody here at Joy Prime.
Prettier, younger. Now the other one is also part of campaign.
Oh yeah, it's part of it. It's very part of it.
Hey, 2024, interesting times.
It's part of it.
Anyway, how's campaign though?
Oh, campaign is going well. Campaign is going. Greater Accra, we are targeting to win 25 seats in Greater Accra. You look at the coastal areas from Ada through to Sege, Lejokukuko. They are all seats that we are going to retain. We are going to battle for seats like Amasaman, Botiano, Chobo, and the rest, so that we show up the number of our constituencies to 25. It's going very well. And I think that so far, it's been very peaceful in Greater Accra, even though there's been one or two hitches here or there. And I want to appeal to all political parties that there was Ghana before we became politicians. So in as much as we are getting to the end of the campaign, we should all try and maintain the peace that we have, especially in Greater Accra, because this is the capital. If anything goes wrong here, it affects the whole nation. I'm saying this because in these last days, you find political parties holding their final works. You know, there's a timeline that campaign closes. And most of the time, if you look at campaigns over the years, all the political parties will hold their last work on the same day, and there are clashes over the routes, which political party is supposed to pass. All of them want to use the major roads and all that. So sometimes the security have to divide them on the road and then allow them pass, and then the other political party to pass. So in these last days, I think we've had a very peaceful campaign season, despite the jobs and all that, despite all the things going on among the organs of government. It's been very peaceful, and let's maintain it. Because we all claim that we want to serve the people of Ghana. We all claim that we are there for the ordinary people, the vulnerable, the old people. So let's not do anything to destabilize this country. I'm preaching peace because I'm very confident that the NDC is going to win. If anything goes wrong, it delays our victory. But most importantly, when we have peace, no matter who wins the elections, it goes well for us. So all political parties, and especially the supporters at the grassroots. If you're listening to me this morning, see, the politicians at the top, we hardly fight. You know, I come on Joy Prime and I'm done with either IC or Saka or whoever. Sometimes we go downstairs and go and eat together. You know, sometimes we go and have drinks together. But when we're on set, we do our professional work. So don't misinterpret anything that you see on air. Let's keep our campaign very peaceful. If anybody directs you to go and do anything bad, don't do it. Let their sons and their daughters lead.
Go and do it, yeah.
Let them lead. When they lead, then you can follow. They fly their children out and then they want you to go and do it. Let's maintain peace.
Truth has been told this morning. Thank you very much, Emeto. Let's start with the Daily Graphic newspaper. The Daily Graphic newspaper. 2 modern markets inaugurated in Techiman in Kranza. Local government minister urges good maintenance. Public split over parliament impasse. Majority rates legislature poor. Others rate average and good. Graphic poll says so. All right. I'll do the next newspaper, the New Republic newspaper, the New Republic. In the matter of Supreme Court versus Parliament, the Winneba Mafia. Okay, the Winneba Mafia. So you see a picture of Chief Justice Tokonu, hails from Winneba. Ifwagati is a friend of the Chief Justice. Afenyo marking MP for Awutu Efutu from Winneba. Lawyer to Afenyo marking Joe Gate. And they say Joe Gate is the husband of Ifwagati, who is a friend of the Chief Justice. Hey, this one there, no be small, you. Anyway, Ablaka reveals as hawker of shockers how NPP fed free SHS students with contaminated rice. Bakavomawo calls for judicial reforms, denounces CJ's systemic abuse. Pardon me. 10 out in 4th for NDC victory, Professor Opoku Ajiman tells Volta Region. The Business Analyst is the next newspaper. Election 2024, effective fact-checking non-negotiable, GJA President says so. 40th Farmers' Day, Agric Minister advocates for climate-resilient agric practices. BOG inaugurates new $250 million US headquarters on November 20th. Take action on climate change. This coming from Akufo-Addo as he urges world leaders at COP29. The Daily Dispatch newspaper is the next newspaper. The Daily Dispatch will only return to Parliament after elections, NDC MPs says so. Ballot paper positions for president elections will not change, EC Jean Mensah. Ghanaians like to pretend, but politics has entered everywhere, retired Supreme Court judge. And our final newspaper is the Republic Press. The Republic Press. All eyes on Bagbin as Supreme Court invalidates decision on 4 MPs. EC sends GFP parking as Ikwadonko's boy fails credibility test. Baumia chases Mahama with debate. GHA workers declare indefinite strike effective November 12. Chief Justice issues new guidelines for 7 court documents to Parliament officials. And third batch of girls begin girls in ICT training in the Ashanti region. And that'll be all for what the newspapers are reporting this morning. And of course, we want to take a look at what the Supreme Court's decision was with regards to the interpretation of the Constitution. Now, the NPP went to court because some members of their political party who are members of Parliament decided to cross carpet. The Speaker declared those seats vacant, making the NPP minority in court. They went to Supreme Court for interpretation, and the verdict was finally read 2 days ago, that is Tuesday, overturning the ruling of the Speaker of Parliament. It caused a lot of conversations in homes, in companies, and the whole of Ghana. And we have been discussing it right here on Joy Prime as well. Now, yesterday, we heard from a lawyer, Atuguba, saying that if the Supreme Court's ruling, which has been given, is not adhered to by the Speaker of Parliament, then the Speaker stands a chance of going to jail for 10 years or up to 10 years. So the maximum is 10 years. It could be 1 year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, but the maximum is 10 years. Today we are taking a look into that particular conversation. Will the Speaker even defy what the Supreme Court has said, or he will adhere to it? And the NDC is also threatening that they will not go to Parliament until elections are over. Wow. Ian Metolunu Jr.
Yeah, what's that?
Your take on the verdict, actually.
Yeah, thank you very much. And then at this point, I'll say a very good morning to our church viewers and a very good morning to yourself. And I'll say a good morning to His Excellency, the incoming President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. He's doing a very good job. He's in the Western region currently on his campaign tour. And our hard-working incoming Vice President, Professor Nana Jinopokwajiman, she's working tirelessly, selling the message of the NDC. A very good morning to her as well. Rosa, you see, as a friend of the courts, whatever court decision that comes out, whether you are happy with it or not, you would have to agree with it. Over the past days, I've been listening to senior lawyers who were waiting to comment about the ruling of the court. You know, the court just gave the ruling, but they didn't give the reasoning for the ruling. So most of them were waiting to get the reason for the ruling. Yesterday, I guess look at excerpts of it. I think that, see, the ruling of the court, the interpretation of the Article 97, J and H that the court did, will go a long way to bite us. You know, the Constitution is a living organism. And in the wisdom of the drafters of the 1992 Constitution, when you look at Article 11 of the 1992 Constitution, it talks about the laws of Ghana. What shall comprise of the laws of Ghana? We have the 1992 Constitution, we have acts enacted by a parliament, we have all decrees by military regimes. So far as they are not inconsistent with the 1992 Constitution, we have judicial review, because we believe that with the passing of time, things change. And when things change, sometimes some of the clauses in the Constitution are entrenched. But the judicial review, what it means is that when the court takes a decision, it also becomes law. Okay, so when the apex court of the land takes a decision, it becomes law that we have to abide with. When you look at the current situation that we have in the country, and you look at the functions and the powers of all the organs of government, you look at Article 11, Article 12, 13, look at the executive, judiciary, parliament, and all that. You see that they all have exclusive powers. Parliament, as at this point, the Speaker of Parliament also has some powers that he can also rely on, which is also backed by law. Now, the MPP caucus in Parliament is looking at, because if you listen to their leader, Honorable Afenyomakin, he's saying that there are certain businesses that they have not completed because they want to pass the bill on the FSHS. They mentioned one environmental.
$250 million are waiting.
Yes,
Loan are waiting.
Loan and then all that. So there are certain businesses that they need to pass before the election. All right, and then that is why. And I think that the best way to resolve this thing, because the Speaker has powers also given to him in the Constitution. Judiciary have powers given to them in the Constitution. Executive have powers given to them in the Constitution. When the executive, that the Minister of Finance, where they are, that controls the people who pay the Speaker of Parliament and the members of Parliament and all that, and they decide that, okay, hold on their salaries for some time, let's delay it till after elections is done. It's within their powers, it's within their jurisdiction that they can do it. When Speaker to say that he's not going to recall Parliament, or right now the MPP caucus have to invoke him by sending a request, and he shall respond within 7 days. And you know that Parliament is supposed to rise because they are all going for elections.
It's supposed to happen today.
Yes, and most of the parliamentarians, this is Accra, but all of them, they don't live in Accra. We have to raise elections, and they are supposed to be campaigning in their various constituencies. And then if you even make the request today and within 7 days, Speaker can wait for the 7 day and say that, okay, because of the emergency recall, he's going to recall Parliament. And now he also has to make Parliament rise. He can just come back and on the day that they sit and tells you that Parliament has risen. So we'll meet again on the 7th.
Well, that can be done. But he will still...
He'll come and sit all right.
You sit and declare that the NPP is now majority in Parliament,
but
right?
You know, before you declare, okay, as of now, the status quo is that the NDC in Parliament, the status quo is that the NDC is majority in Parliament. So they will have to come to Parliament, come and sit.
And overturn whatever
before he
ruling
overturns it.
Okay.
Okay. So even when they are coming to Parliament to come and sit, the NPP will definitely have to go and sit at the minority.
Which they say they want.
So then there's not going to be any sitting. But then you are the party that is in government. And you have business that you want to push. Okay, you have business that you want to transact. You have business that you want to push. So in the interest of the business that you want to push, in the interest of all of Ghanaians, some of the things, sometimes you need to get off your high horse, come and sit down. Because whatever it is, you have to come back to Parliament for Speaker to make his ruling. As another court has interpreted it. And the Speaker, there should be a sitting for Speaker to make the pronouncement that, okay, based on my last ruling, then it has to change. And you'd have to go and sit at that side. And they too say they will not sit there. And then NDC MPs have left all their campaigns wherever they are in Ghana, from the North region, Ashanti region, Eastern region.
So now the NDC is saying that they won't come to Parliament again.
Oh, but we can still come to Parliament, but you need to go and sit at the minority side. And maybe when you sit there, Speaker can make the ruling and say that, okay, based on what the court said, but because of looking at the dates, Parliament has to rise. What are you going to say about it? It's within his powers, it's within his jurisdiction. And then the agenda, the business of the day that you wanted to transact, you'll not be able to transact it. So who is at a loss? I think that this thing could have been resolved very peacefully in a dialogue. Okay? This thing could have been resolved very peacefully.
In a dialogue?
Yeah, in a dialogue. When you listen to senior members of the Labour, Austin Gami, you listen to most of the lawyers, you listen to most of the Supreme Court judges, that were talking about this issue. They are all very much aware. They are all very much aware of the powers of the organs of government. That's why they are calling for a dialogue. And Honorable Afenyomakin, what he tried to do, he went and see the Speaker in the chamber and tell the Speaker that he should make the ruling. They should make the ruling in the chamber that now the MPP's majority. Speaker will tell you that come to the Parliament. The floor. Let's go and make the ruling there. You would have to go and sit at the minority side. So it doesn't go well.
The MPP says they will not sit at the minority side.
But
and we've heard their leader, Honorable Afenyomakin, say that there's spiritual implications in there, and so he will not sit on that seat.
But there's no spiritual implications for the NDC.
But you've been a minority almost all.
We are now a majority. We are carrying on to the 7th December and then 2025.
But the Supreme Court has ruled that you are not a majority.
So you come back to Parliament and come and sit at the minority and let Speaker make his pronouncement. That's based on the Supreme.
Why do you have to do that? Is it not that you guys
But that's
are
when you
just
do
being
the
very...
Speaker made the announcement in Parliament. He made a ruling in Parliament. So if he needs to come and make another, overturn the ruling, he needs to come and make the ruling in Parliament. And what's the current status quo? The NDC, as at the last sitting of Parliament, the NDC caucus in Parliament, where the majority side, and then MPP, where the minority side. So come back and sit at your places. Let me make the ruling and then let's change. And when you come and sit in those positions, Speaker has the power to make Parliament rise.
All right, so I'm glad Openyi Kwame Jantua is here. We'll get to know, but I'm glad Openyi Kwame Jantua is here because I have a question for him. And of course, Saka Salia is here as well. So Openyi Kwame Jantua Esquire is representing the CPP this morning. Good morning, Openyi.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well. I didn't you.
Yeah, I didn't you. All right, Saka Salia, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Great. You look good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, I was saying I have a question for Openyi Kwame Jantua. And Openyi, so, you know, the NPP, of course, the Supreme Court has ruled that the NPP is majority in Parliament. The NDC is also saying that the Speaker should come back to Parliament to make that pronouncement. Can the Speaker decide to make the pronouncement out of Parliament where, you know, they sit down in their chambers or in their office, have a conversation and tell the leaders that let your people sit here and here, or he still has to come and make that pronouncement in Parliament?
Good morning to our viewers. Let me first say that I'm sick and tired of the kerfuffle going on in Parliament. The people who are suffering, there are bills to be passed. Sitting where is neither here nor there. But I don't understand the NPP. Why? Parliament, the Supreme Court has given its verdict. Huh? It says you are majority. Why do you need the Speaker to come and say anything? The Speaker won't say anything, but he's already told you that. Ain't my business where you sit. If you can't decide on your own, fine. The Supreme Court has already told you. It's up to the NDC to make sure that what the Supreme Court has said, they abide by it. It's up to the Speaker to abide by it. Simple. I believe the NPP made a grave error. What was that grave error? When they called for Parliament to sit, they should have walked into the chamber and stood, decided not to sit, and just stood. It would have forced the Speaker to take a decision.
Yeah.
They should have done the business of the day, given it to the Speaker, for him not to say there's no business of the day. There was business to discuss. They come in, they stand, and they do what? They transact business. And let's see whether the Speaker will act or the Speaker won't act. And if they were to transact business while standing, people of Ghana will know who to point fingers at. But they made that opportunity go. And maybe it was because they didn't have the numbers. Even if you didn't have the numbers, just to make a point, come into the chamber.
They didn't have the numbers where they have members of Parliament?
Well, they didn't have the numbers to, pass bills. So probably that is why they didn't come. I don't know, but that is what I envisage. Because I don't understand how you call Parliament, force the Speaker to call Parliament, and you don't come in. They should have come. Stand in the pew, stand there. Let the people of Ghana see you have abided by what you want the Speaker to do. Then take it from there. But they also decided, we are the bosses, so we are not coming. Okay. I'm sick and tired of this, you know. Look, for the next, between December and 7th of January, we need a budget to look after that period. That budget needs to be put before Parliament. Has it gone to the committee stage for it to be read? No. Is there enough time? I believe at this point they should close Parliament. They are supposed to rise on the 14th. Eh? Today. Yeah, and then we go from there. Simple. Because, unfortunately, parliamentarians are not doing the job that the people sent them there to do. And you know, sometimes it's because party politics has now seeped in. The political parties can now come in and direct their members in Parliament, which is wrong. Once we finish elections, parties sit where you are. Let's represent the people and do what we have to do. But Both the judiciary, the executive, and parliament are complicit in all this. Complicit. President, we send you a bill. There are rules and regulations where that bill is concerned. Do it and bring it back. Supreme Court, for me, I am with the dissenting judges because I believe what the Supreme Court should have done, the Supreme Court, because the opposition was talking about 99 in Constitution, it should have gone to the High Court. I believe the Supreme Court should have directed.
Them to the High Court?
Those two who dissented said it wasn't a place, it wasn't a jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to handle it. And I agree with them. So the Supreme Court should have interpreted the law, indicating whether the Speaker was ultra-virus in handling the law. Then they should have directed it back to the High Court and said this particular issue is an issue of the High Court as prescribed in the Constitution. And then let them come back and let the Speaker say he will not direct to the High Court. Direct to the High Court, and the High Court will decide whether the seats are vacant or not. Then we move on. All this kerfuffling going around, it doesn't help the ordinary Ghan. They've come back to us, haven't they? Haven't they come back to us to vote for them? They are begging us. They are giving all sorts of promises. But then when you go into the House, you don't want to represent us. Let's continue.
Well, that's what opinion says. Let's continue. Saka Salia, currently the Supreme Court has declared the NPP as majority in Parliament, but the NDC is saying they will boycott Parliament until elections are over. It means that it will still go against the NPP because businesses will not be transacted.
Yeah, Roslyn, thank you very much, and good morning to my co-panelists.
Morning.
Good morning to the Vice President and the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party.
Waiting for the day I can call your council.
Alhaji Mahmoud, the incoming president, inshallah. First of all, let's put this thing in a proper context. Everybody knows who is the majority in Parliament. Everybody knows that. It's not as if somebody is using some shenanigan to declare MPP majority in Parliament. MPP has always been majority from the word go. But what happened? Why are we in this situation? It is because the NDC decided that, let's make this government uncomfortable. Let's disrupt the governance process. Let's make government ungovernable for them, leading to the elections. And they sat down and they decided that, let's bring this thing to make it look like the NDC is a majority, so that to give them some psychological boost into the election. If not, this is not the first time somebody from an independent is contesting to become a member of parliament on another ticket. I mean, Joe Seusu, he was an independent member of parliament. He filed at the Electoral Commission on the ticket of the MPP and became a member of parliament. Nobody, had any qualm about it because the law is clear. You don't take the law just by the literal words, like what other people do. I mean, they think interpretation of Constitution is like interpreting contract or this or those things. No, Constitution is a unique document that is interpreted using so many methods. And for that matter, when this whole thing started with having a district petition, and he even gave us notice all the way from Tamale, that from Wednesday, they will become majority. I mean, I thought it was one of those political talks that people mount their political platform and try to let their supporters, feel good and those things. Not knowing that these people were serious in their disruption, act. To the extent that the speaker agreed with them. I don't even know whether, he agreed with them. When the law itself is so clear that a speaker cannot declare.
He didn't declare. He said it. He
No,
said it live.
no. I mean, it's a matter of semantics. That I didn't declare, I announced. I mean, your announcement led to 4 people not being MPs anymore. Is that not announcement? I mean, how can you? It is declaration. You cannot use some words to
But you
to romance.
You do law. You know how
yes.
the words are used. of course, you can use words. You are a student of law.
Yes.
Me, I'm not a student of law.
Yeah.
But you know that if the person says, I am not declaring, I'm informing, you can't use it against the
No,
person.
you see, when you, and that is a lie.
No, but you
no,
know
no,
you
no,
can't use
no,
it
no,
against
no,
the
no.
person
It's
in
not
the
about
court
what
of
you
law.
say. The last time
person says
no,
that
no,
I am not
no,
declaring,
no.
I am only informing.
Inform me. When you say
So
inform me,
how do you now
what is
go
the
to
difference
court
between
and say that
declaration?
the person
No. You see, when you say,
declared and rather
you see,
didn't
it is
announce?
after people descended on him through the law that he decided to change from declaration to announcement. But look, listen. But you see, when you announce, the effects of your announcement and that of declaration is the same. When you announce, it means that a decision has been taken somewhere and you are only the conduit to say, okay, this is what was done or what was declared. He himself took the decision. He himself interpreted the Constitution. And he even told us that it took him a while to go through so many things in order to come to that.
The same person that said he's not
that
interpreting the Constitution.
Pardon?
He said that he's not interpreting the
It is
Constitution.
not about what he said. The same person said that he took a length of time, interminable number of days
He said
to
he
come
was,
to that
he was
conclusion.
only following the precedent that had been set
And the president, the facts
by
of,
Michael
listen,
Quay.
listen. The facts of Michael Quay and Bagbin are different. The facts are different.
Okay, you have a minute more.
Oh,
to
a
go.
minute.
Please. Oh, I made you do 5 minutes.
I'm saying that the
I'm
facts.
adding 1 minute to you.
Yeah,
because I
thank you.
asked
So
the
that's 2-3
question.
minutes. Okay.
No, 1 minute.
I'm saying that the facts are different. The Michael Quay one, the party, axe the member of parliament then. The party says we can no longer work with you. In this case, the party has not said so. The member of parliament himself has not gone any way to say that I cannot work with the party. It is Bagbin's own imagination that says that, okay, let me put A and B together and come to a conclusion. And that is interpretation. He interpreted what they did at the Electoral Commission, interpreted so many things and came to that conclusion, which, with hindsight, is found to be,
I hope
wrong.
you know that the Honorable Alban Bagbin was petitioned by another member of parliament
see,
about it. And
the-
so he didn't just get out.
No.
to make
It
a
was
decision.
wrong. It doesn't mean that when you are petitioning, you should just wake up. Automatic.
So he was petitioned,
automation.
he looked into the issue.
Listen.
And yes.
Petition is neither here nor there. I said in the first place, Haruna Iddrisu shouldn't have petitioned him. Haruna Iddrisu rather should have gone to court, let the court declare those 6 weekends. Then he bring the ruling of the court to Bagbin for Bagbin to announce.
Is that how Parliament has
Of course, I mean, because when it comes to the declaration of vacant seats, Article 91, I mean, it's so clear. 91.1, it's so clear on that. So Bagbin should have done the needful, should have done the proper thing. He did not do that. The court has, ruled overturn whatever the declaration that he did. And the NDC seemed to be, not willing to obey. Like all other lawyers are saying, it has consequence. And I'm sure the Speaker knows the consequence of whatever, defiance of the Supreme Court.
All right, thank you very much.
Can I make a
Sasa.
correction?
Yes, please.
The High Court can interpret laws. Parliament can interpret laws. Even the Council of State can interpret laws. The only time that, and the Supreme Court is the Supreme Court that now interprets a law where there is a dispute. So it isn't true that Parliament can't interpret law. Do they not do legislating? High Court, do they not look at the laws that lawyers bring and interpret it? Even, as I said, the Council of State can interpret laws. When the Speaker used the word inform, he was using the word inform to announce what he was going to say. He didn't say, I'm coming to interpret ABCD law. He said, I'm coming to inform. And what does inform mean? He's sharing relevant details. He's guiding the discussion. He's ensuring transparency, and he's maintaining order. Do not let us downplay the Speaker's responsibility and the Speaker's power in Parliament. They are a law upon themselves where Parliament is concerned. And it's up to the Supreme Court to interpret disputes. Yes, the Supreme Court too can interpret laws, but it's not only the Supreme Court that interprets laws. However, did we not have dissension? Did all 5 judges agree? Was there not a dissension from 2?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Okay. And one information.
I'll give you just 30 seconds.
Oh, no, let him 1 minute. You see?
Saka.
No, you see?
I'll come to
This
you.
thing that is
Metal.
very contentious. To say it is not, it's not only the Supreme Court that interprets law. We have a case like the mechanical case, for instance, where a high court interpreted. But in those cases, there is no clear case of interpretation. I mean, if the text is so obvious, clear and unambiguous, you don't need to just take it to the Supreme Court. Okay, this thing ABCD. What does ABCD means? When even class 1 child knows ABCD, so you yourself can interpret it. So in that case, there is no clear case of interpretation. But where there is a clear case of interpretation, that is where people dispute the meaning of a text. It has to go to Supreme Court.
So that is what I've said.
Yes, so they are the only body.
That is what I've said.
They are the only body clothed with the jurisdiction to interpret a disputed.
But that is what I said.
Yeah, but I mean,
Rosen, did I say anything different from what he's saying?
But you are saying that everybody can do it.
No, you are not listening to me. Listen.
When you are doing interpretation, it means that there is no clear case of interpretation.
Let me go to
Rosalind, you know that when I started making my submission on this particular issue, I said that we're first of all Ghanaians before we became politicians. And whatever is happening between the organs of government has a tendency to affect the ordinary people of Ghana. So I'd have expected my brother from the NPP side to have gone on a nationalistic way. But then he comes and keeps blaming the NDC, that the NDC wanted to make the parliament or the government ungovernable. The NDC set an agenda, and because there are certain bills to be passed, wanted to frustrate the business of the day and all that. It's neither here nor there. It's clear when you read Article 97(1)G and H of the 1992 Constitution. It was clear. When you read even the NPP's Constitution, Article 391 of the NPP Constitution, it says that when a member of parliament goes to contest as an independent candidate, automatically the person is no more a member of their political party. Let's say you forget about the Constitution and dispute about the 1992 Constitution. Let's take the NPP's Constitution. Article 391, if you have your Constitution here, we could read it. That when a member of parliament goes to contest as an independent, automatic, the person is no more a member of their political party. It was based on that their then General Secretary wrote to Parliament on the Femina MP's issue. And when it came to Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament by then, based on that, also addressed it. But in this particular one, you see, at that time, it did not worry the NPP because they had numbers in Parliament. So even when they lose one member, they were not bothered about it. This is the first time in the history of Ghana, in the Fourth Republic, where we've had a hung parliament. So therefore, anything that has to do with the numbers, even when parliamentarians do not say, this time, this particular parliament, all the parliamentarians have done very well from both sides, because at every point in time, when even Adwa Safo was not in the country, see how the MPP caucus in parliament, they were hot. They even had an MP who had to rush to parliament in an ambulance when they wanted to pass e-levy and then all that. But if it was in the previous parliament, they would not have done something like that. So we are saying that, see, let's be Ghanaians. First of all, NDC caucus in parliament, we didn't do anything. There was no agenda to make governance, your MPP government ungovernable. You've had 7 years in power. And 7 years, you've displayed incompetence. In 7 years, you've had all the chance, you've had all the resources and everything. And you've not been able to govern the country. Look at the inflation rates. Look at the unemployment rates. Look at all that. So don't come and tell us that in this dying minutes, this injury time, that the NDC caucus invoked a constitutional mandate within their jurisdiction in parliament, and that is going to make your government ungovernable. Don't blame anybody for 7 years.
The NDC is also threatening not to go to parliament, even though the Supreme Court has ruled that.
But we've been very patriotic. We recalled all our MPs from their campaign, from Northern region, from Western region, from Western North, from Ashanti region, from Eastern region, and then you, at your request, recalled parliament. And when you read the Constitution, 7 days Speaker shall call. So before 7 days, and they recalled parliament. And even the interesting part is that they did not even go to the business committee. You know, before you come to the parliament, you need to go to the business committee to tell them that this is the... And the chairman Then this MPP leader in Parliament, Honorable Franco is the chairman of the business committee. They didn't even go and sit at the business committee to bring the business that they wanted to come and transact in Parliament. All they were concerned about was that his spirituality, that if he goes to sit at the minority side, they are going to lose the election. You've been very incompetent in the administration of this country for 8 years. For 7 years and a few more months to make 8 years, and you think that going to sit at the minority side is going to make you lose the election? You think that the ordinary person on the streets, the taxi driver on the streets, who keeps on buying fuel at a high price, who goes to Abosokai, and then the exchange rate has gone up and cannot buy spare parts, you think that Auntie Mansa, who cannot eat 3 square meals a day, you think that Ni Aitefio, who I go to Choco and Shona to go and buy kinky. I used to buy kinky for 1 Ghana cedi, and today I'm buying kinky for 5 Ghana cedis, 7 Ghana cedis, and you think that this injury time thing you're talking about and going to sit on a seat that is majority on the NPP is what Ghanaians are talking about? You think that the way you mismanage free SHS for the past 8 years, this last minute bill that you want to pass for 7 years and more, like almost 8 years, you are telling me that you do not have a clear road plan, a clear roadmap on how you are going to fund the free SHS, and then this last minute, see, the MPP caucus in Parliament and the MPP people, they should be nationalistic in discussing these issues. I'm saying that the Speaker has got powers, and we've discussed here that the Speaker,
so
Parliament is supposed to rise.
Let's just know that, okay, it hadn't been discussed. However, right now, we need to discuss for the well-being of Ghanaians. You are saying that we should be patriotic, yes. So can you now also say that out of patriotism and out of the fact that we want Ghanaians to be okay, we are going to Parliament to make sure that these bills are passed?
I told you the status quo remains. Before the last adjournment, before Speaker adjourned Parliament, Sunny died, then DC was sitting at the majority caucus in Parliament. The Speaker did not make the announcements in chamber. The Speaker made announcements in Parliament. So even if there's going to be anything at all, then DC has to come back. The status quo remains. We're going to sit at the majority side. MPP will sit at the minority side. Speaker makes an announcement that, the Supreme Court has made an interview. What is difficult? What is wrong about the seat?
Are you the same person saying that, we should look at a nationalistic agenda? We should look at the well-being of the people. But again, you still want to go and sit at majority side. When you know very well that if you sit at the majority side, we'll go back to the same thing again.
Before Parliament was adjourned, what is the status quo in Parliament right now?
So why are you preaching nationalistic?
But that is the procedure. That's the procedure. No, that's the procedure. That's the procedure. Right? That's the procedure. Parliament have got their own procedures. And even in resolving this issue, Honorable Afenyo Makin did not exhaust all the procedures in Parliament before going to the court. And if that happens, then you know what it's going to mean? Anytime there's an issue in Parliament, okay, even without Speaker's ruling, anybody can rise up and go to court. And when court makes a decision, automatically, whether Speaker speaks about it or not, then that means that decision has taken effect on Parliament, even though Speaker hasn't made any pronouncement about it. Speaker needs to come and make the pronouncement in Parliament. So come and sit at your minority chair that you don't want to sit on. And when Speaker wants to also invoke his powers very well, as soon as they sit, he can tell Parliament to rise.
Roslyn, hasn't this situation happened before? It happened before, where members of the MPP went to sit on the laps of members of the NDC.
Yeah, in 2017.
Did it go to the Supreme Court? Did it go to the High Court?
No.
Where did it go? Did the Speaker even talk about it? Did they not sort it out themselves? This particular situation could have been sorted out by the parliamentarians themselves.
Yeah.
Very easy. You see, they are not thinking of the people they are representing. Unfortunately. They are not thinking of the people they are representing. Because if they were thinking of the people they are representing, by now, all this kerfuffle, they would have stopped. What is it sitting left or sitting right? We have a hung parliament. Parliament is a question of numbers. It's 137 plus 1. Simple. Simple. Why you said, look, the NDC, can they call for government business?
No.
If they go and sit in majority, can they call for government business?
No.
Will it not be the MPP in my minority? Do minority call for government business? They should stop it. We have a country to rule. Look, you see, a situation where you have majority in Parliament does not help us, because the majority, if they have X number, they will pass anything that comes. We've seen it happen.
Rubber stamp.
I would prefer a situation now and where we are going to, because for me, this Parliament has brought up so many salient things that we've overlooked in the past.
Yeah.
I would want a situation, next election, Ghanaians.
Same thing.
No, same thing. Even worse. Ghanaians vote one party into parliament and another party into executive. They should learn to work together. Parliament is a house of consensus. Parliament is a house of collaboration. Parliament is a house where you sit and you discuss because you represent the people. Look, the mistake was made by those who stood as independent and those who cross carpet to another party. Why? What does 97 say? Please read 97 for me. What does 97 say? And when you take the Constitution, the word shall in the Constitution, in every part of the Constitution where shall is used, is it not mandatory? Is it not? So the parliamentarians, when they decided to do what they had to do, they should have gone by that shall vacate and vacated their seats.
Well, the Supreme Court says that, it's not so. The Supreme Court has overturned that ruling. So.
Yeah, the Supreme Court has overturned that ruling, but that is what they should have done before it even went to the Supreme Court. Let me tell you, let me ask you, did they go back to their constituents to tell their constituents, I represent you in Parliament. However, this is what I want to do. I want to go and join the MPP in the next election. Do you agree or don't you agree? And take signatures, bring it to Parliament, and present it. Did they do that? But I also think, Rosalind, this hybrid system that we are using is creating a lot of challenges for us. We either go the parliamentary way, or we go the executive way. I don't understand the hybrid. It's creating problems, and we need to be able to see that it's creating problems for us. Let's change it if we have to change it and move forward.
But who will change it?
Well, government has to bring it up. That is why we need...
The question is which government will be willing.
That is where the problem is. That is why we need a sacrificial leader to say to us, where we are moving to in this country is wrong. We need to do X, Y, Z. But in opposition, they will say all the flowery things, say all the nice things. When they come in, because they see that it benefits them, they are quiet, the president. He doesn't even want to touch the Constitution. Nearly $8 million has been spent in reviewing this Constitution. 989 pages. He doesn't want to touch it. And he's a constitutional lawyer. Is he not? Are there not lacunas in our Constitution? Quite a lot of lacunas in our Constitution. Should we not, on behalf of the people, look at it? That's why we voted you into power. That's why. But let's go ahead and do what we're doing.
So 97 1G, which is not,
this
has been...
I allowed you to come 1 minute.
No, but it's not your thing.
No, but Saka, when it was his turn, he allowed you.
I allowed you to come.
Okay, all right.
So 97 1G, which is unambiguous. It says that our senior counsel said I should read. It says that if a member of parliament, if he resigns from office as a member of parliament by writing under his hand, addressed to the speaker, that's the H. Then the G, if he leaves the party, which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament, to join another party or seeks to remain in parliament as an independent member. You see, because of this clause...
the top bit, the shall bit.
The shall.
Yes.
Yes. So you see, because of this one, you remember at the beginning of this 8th parliament, when Formena MP came in as independent, he didn't go back to, even though he wanted to join or align himself to the MPP, he didn't go back to go and contest, because they know that as soon as he says that he's joining the MPP, then that means that the seat will become vacant. And it says that before 30 days, 3 months before election, there should be a by-election. So what they did was that because they knew about this, what they did was that he said he's aligning himself to the MPP caucus. He wants to do business with the MPP side. And that is a strategic way, because they are all aware about this thing. There's a big danger ahead of us. Big danger ahead of us.
So, Saka.
First of all, I heard here, this morning, that sitting place is not important. And it's so simplistic to come to that conclusion, that where you sit is not important. It has implication. Where you sit, if the MPP had gone to sit at the minority side, it means that 4 MPs would not be part of them. That would have been the implication.
That's the implication. How? What if
Yeah, because if you
so
sit
if
in
they
the-
came to Parliament, what would they
No, you
discuss?
see, it means that if you go and sit in the minority side, even those 4 MPs should not even come at all. They shouldn't even enter
But they
the
haven't
chamber.
even been there to be sacked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So they should
Because,
come.
no, you see, I heard Parliament is a game of numbers. So if those 4 MPs were part of the system, and then they were part of the NPP, and then they go and sit at the left side, and you count them, they would have been more than those who said they were majority. So it has a lot of implication. And the Supreme Court had also ruled. So if the NPP themselves also decided that let's go and sit at the minority side, that would have also been contempt of court. Because the Supreme Court ruled that Bagbin declaration was unlawful. So we cannot guard Bagbin on by, going to sit.
But the Supreme Court's ruling was not to the NDC, nor to the NPP, but to the Speaker. So the Supreme Court has ruled what the Speaker said, has given it to the Speaker. It's up to the Speaker to come back and inform the House, isn't it?
And what inform? What do you mean by inform the decision of the Supreme Court or reverse his
No,
declaration?
he's supposed to inform what the Supreme Court has said to the House.
Without reversing his declaration. Because exactly why.
But what is informing?
No.
He's going to
No.
So,
Listen.
Saka, no, my
Listen.
Okay.
There's a clear-cut difference between informing the House of what has happened. Like I can come and tell you, oh, when I was coming, I saw some granite seller. And so what? Well, if the Supreme Court rule that stay your orders, then you come and say, oh, Supreme Court said I should stay my orders. And the orders hereby stayed.
But he will.
Or I hereby state those
Wait,
orders.
wait.
But if you just
Saka,
come and
Saka,
no, it
we
is not
all
that.
don't know
Go
the
ahead.
words. No, wait. We all don't know the words that he's going to use to inform the House. You and I, he hasn't informed the House yet. But he
He could have informed the House the last time.
Saka, what he has to do is to inform the House. Whatever ruling the Supreme Court has given, they gave it to him. Now, it's him to come and inform the House. So whether he will say that I am informing you that hence the NPP is majority in Parliament is an information.
He came and
whether
informed. Listen.
Whether he says that hence the NDC is minority is an information. Whether he says that Supreme Court said
I'm
it's
saying
an
that
information. We don't know what he
the
will say.
information alone is not enough.
So what do you...
No. The Supreme Court ordered you. The Supreme Court did not say go and inform. What we are talking here. The Supreme Court ordered him to stay his execution, to stay the execution of his orders. So after informing the House of whatever the Supreme Court orders were, you then say, I hereby ordered that the status quo, reverse or remain. So don't come and say that, the last time the Supreme Court informed...
Saka, wait, you remember the Speaker said that they have the numbers in Parliament, but they don't have the numbers to take a decision.
This is not the decision taking. No.
He said one side were not there.
They have the numbers.
A decision, information is a decision.
That is no. A decision. When you talk of decision, it means that voting. It means that those who have the voting, okay, all of them have voting right. It means that the numbers to vote for a decision to be taken in Parliament. This one is not a. She said it that it was not meant for the MPs. It was meant for him. And are you saying that they will vote as to whether he should accept or not to accept? He should just come and say that, because of
so whether the Supreme Court is in Parliament or not.
Because of the Supreme Court ruling, I revert my orders. That is it. But not just to come and say, to come and inform us.
Informing the House or not informing the House? I just want to know.
I'm
just asking Okunyi a question. Is that informing, if he comes to Parliament and says, this is what the Supreme Court has said, and I revert it, is it informing the House or not?
What I expect him to do.
You added the word and I revert it.
You said it. So I'm asking, I'm posing the question to him with your words.
What I expect him to do, and nobody knows how the Speaker would come and inform the House what Supreme Court has said, and go back to status quo. Simple.
Yeah, and go back to status quo.
Simple.
So I'm happy
it's
you added
wait. It's automatic. You cannot go against the ruling of the Supreme Court.
You can go. You can go against
You cannot go against the ruling
it will come with
of the Supreme. But so do you want the consequence?
So don't say that you cannot go against it.
Do you want the consequence?
Maybe he wanted to go against it.
Do you want the consequence?
All right.
Look,
So Saka,
look. You know something.
Maybe he wanted to go against the ruling of the Supreme Court.
He has power in his domain. He can decide right now to what? Close Parliament.
Parliament doesn't belong
Simple.
to him.
But you know,
Parliament is not the owner of Parliament.
Speaker.
He's not the owner of Parliament.
Has he not closed Parliament indefinitely?
All right. Anyway,
Parliament doesn't belong to him. Let's say that you can close Parliament.
Has he not?
Somebody closing the shop.
Has he not?
But honestly, you know, under the...
Let Saka finish. Saka has like a minute with his time. I took a bit of his time.
So for me, just saying that the sitting place doesn't matter and all those things is so simplistic. Because there are implications for the MPP system.
The people of Ghana are suffering.
The majority. Secondly, when we are talking about people who are not, you guys say people that they are not serious and all those. We saw the unserious ones, didn't we? Rosalind, didn't we see them? Didn't you see MPs marching and doing all manner of clown? I mean, didn't you see it? Were you happy as a Ghanaian?
What haven't you done before?
Were you happy as a Ghanaian that the House of Parliament, a revered House of Parliament that has the representation of almost everybody. You saw them, the disgraceful act of marching, doing all manner of things like children. And that was the reason why the MPP said that. We won't engage this. I mean, some of them even said that they were ready for fisticuffs. Some of them said so. And I had even gone to gym just for, parliamentary work. So we had to say that, no, we will not engage you people in that low level parliamentary work.
Okay, let me
just a minute.
So those are the unserious ones.
All right, Saka, your time is up.
What is Salia saying?
And then the last one has to do with
Saka, your time is up.
What is Salia saying? Didn't one of his people chew ballot
That's what I was about to say. Didn't somebody see
Not what do you call it?
ballot papers in Parliament? You say both.
Did they know
I like
chew?
how Saka is laughing.
So did they chew ballot paper?
It's a sticking down memory lane.
Did they snatch ballot boxes?
We are just matching.
No, that's run
You are saying
around.
not serious. You are
What is he
still...
talking
Oh
about?
my God, that is
Please, you set a precedent.
All right, so Akansi Gariba from Tamale said that, good morning, Rosalind. I hope Mr. Speaker and the NDC will obey the Supreme Court ruling. Sadly, the Speaker of Parliament told Ghanaians that he was never approached by the NPP leadership, which turned out not to be true, according to Mr. Afenyo Markins. The lawlessness on the part of the Speaker and the NDC in Parliament should be stopped, for Ghanaians deserve better from them. Okay, we hear you. Thank you very much. This one says, good morning. Tell the NPP man and the Richard Ayagba that they should go to Makola and Arata markets. Oh, Malata. Okay, Malata market.
No, the person doing right.
The person wrote Arata,
So
but I think it's
we have
Malata.
to find out where Arata. So don't
Okay, so wait, but we don't. There's nothing like Arata market though, so we know. Anyway, to debate the traders, the NPP think they are wiser than anyone, or what is it? When JDM called him for what did he say, JDM will never and ever debate with Baumia. What is the CD to the dollar today? What is food prices today? What is a bag of cement? What is a liter of fuel? If he wants debate, go to Kumasi Market to debate traders there. When you throw a ball against the wall, it will bounce back to you. Mahama will not debate today or tomorrow. He can go and debate Kofi Apalu. All right. Good morning, Roslyn, and good morning to your viewers. Even at the latter days of the campaign, the great NPP party is busy commissioning markets, health institutions, and many more, devoid of attacking others. Is it personalities you wanted to write?
According to Salah, don't...
DMB is winning the election one touch, major from Northeast region. This one is I do you do me. Awuga Delali watching you live from Brekum. Great job, Joy Prime. This man is so humble. I really like him, and it's my dream to meet him one day. My humble greetings to Prophetess. Okay, so which man are you talking about?
Maybe he's talking about me.
Good morning, beautiful Roslyn. Please, the NDC MPs will not go to Tokonu's Parliament. Afenyo Markin and the Supreme Court should go and do the government business, period. Solomon Zenu Martin Luther. Mensa Majid from Bechem, Toronto says the court has ruled that it will be very difficult for the parliamentarians to form a quorum in the House. The ruling will not be effective, but the sad thing is those MPs in question will always see themselves as MPs in the chamber and campaign against their own party in their various constituencies. Double standard. The NDC victory walk is coming up in Derma in the Tano South constituency on Saturday, and all party faithful should try to get involved. It will be massive. All right, we hear you. Good morning to Ghanaians. In fact, the hardship in Ghana is getting out of hand. If yam is costing 45 Ghana cedis, then we are doomed as Ghanaians. We can't eat 2 times daily. Nanado used 58 million US dollars to create a hold in Accra, or a swimming pool, or a hole, okay? Even that amount can create companies for the youth in Ghana. Let's boot out wicked Nanado and Baumia government changes coming up. But Philip says so. Ghana is a country of laws and not physically modeled as displayed by the NDC MPs. The Speaker and his NDC MPs are not above the laws of Ghana and cannot take the whole nation to ransom. Hence, should be voted out come December 7, 2024, Aziz Bayo says so. Good morning, Rosalind. Please, when will Lawyer Jantua campaign for our dear party, CPP? I have never seen him doing that on his on this platform. Is it truly CPP? Nanausu? Lawyer. Okay. The lawyer has told us his stance. Good morning, Rosalind. We, the NDC, are very happy. No.
There's time to campaign for NDC.
No, let him speak.
I believe that the Nkrumah's groupings should come together as one. CPP can't do it on its own. PNC can't do it on its own. All the other Nkrumah's parties can't do it on their own. It's high time we decide to come together as one and stand together as one. Ghanaians don't want splinters. We are splintered everywhere. How do you win an election that way? And I've told my party that. I've told them.
Until then.
Until they do that, I'm not prepared to sit. I'm not on anybody's side. Please don't put NDC. I'm not NDC.
Okay.
Because I talk against them too.
Good morning, Rosalind. We, the NDC, are very happy for the decision coming from the NDC MPs. But I swear, even when Speaker called back Parliament and they did mistake, or they make a mistake and go to minority side, I swear they will lose some of their seats, because majority of Ghanaians want SC to do the right thing. Amedu Hazard from Tamale. They said they won't even go to even move there. Hey, as something critical. Good morning, Madam Rose. I'll help Ghanaians be aware by calling on all the media to launch a campaign against NPP for their incompetence of mobilizing their MPs to Parliament to transact businesses, as some of us know that from the start, the NPP MPs are not used to going there, but rather much of them stay away and focus on galamsey and looting the country, and always leave NDC MPs to do their bidding for them in Parliament. And now the NDC MPs are annoyed, but trying to play blame games, so we shall vote them out this time. Good morning, Madam Host. How can Mr. Baumia and the NPP lie to the good people of Ghana, promising heaven on earth instead of commission project? The 24 JDM is coming to reset Ghana. All right, Achu. Samuel Boachi Asamankese says that failure by the Speaker of Parliament to adhere to the Supreme Court ruling will have adverse consequences, potentially earning him the reputation as the worst speaker in Ghana's history. With the election looming in about 3 weeks, fellow Ghanaians are urged to consider NPP-led Nana Baumia's remarkable achievement. Voting massively for NPP, listed number 1 on the ballot, will ensure continuous social interventions and potentially break the 80-year cycle. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Joy Prime. Please extend my greetings to all comrades under the umbrella for me. Rosalind, the little we talk about the 4-seat controversy, the better for all Ghanaians. There is nothing that the NPP cannot do to favor themselves as far as they are in government. What haven't we seen before? The ruling by the Supreme Court on the vacant seats is not surprising at all. Honorable Afenyo-Markin did not bypass the High Court to the Supreme Court for nothing. There was a reason. In fact, this NPP Supreme Court can even rule that a surrogate mother is a biological mother of her surrogate child. But a surrogate, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, so all right, I'm now getting it. Rule that a surrogate mother is the biological mother of her child. Okay, yeah, no, a surrogate mother is not the biological mother. That's so true. They don't call a spade, but a big spoon. Only JM can save Mother Ghana and Honorable. All right, thank you very much for sending your message. Good morning, Rosalind. The Supreme Court ruling has nothing to do with political affiliation. It's clear Honorable Afenyo-Markin capitalized on the loophole in the Constitution concerning this very matter. He took his chances at court and warned simplicity. Was all these necessary? A big no. This is a matter that could have been solved internally without all this drama. Mr. Speaker failed to display leadership in handling the matter, which was very unfortunate. Sometimes Speaker fails to appreciate it took an NPP member vote to make him a speaker. Due to the speaker's own mess, he couldn't address either side of the House as majority or minority when Parliament was recalled. K. Frimpong from Konongo. Hey, Saka, this one is for you. Good morning, Saka. Says, stop lying. Your own MP stand on independent ticket that has brought us to where we are. Stop putting on blames on the Speaker and NDC MPs. NPP government has failed to dialogue among themselves. Supreme Court should have directed it to the High Court. Once again, Parliament is numbers from Big J. Okay. Good morning, Rosalie. Supreme Court upholds Afenyo's actions by a majority decision. Speaker Bagbin has not filed any process in court in the matter of the vacant seat. His counsel initially pleaded with the court for an extension of time to file his response. The court granted that, but he failed to file. The court then proceeded with the hearing of the matter and make their judgment, and which is final. I'll urge the NDC to win majority at the polling station rather than thinking they can force it on themselves in Parliament. Vote 1 for jobs. All right, thank you. Good morning, Roslyn. No NDC MP will come to Parliament. If they try to go to Parliament, we are going to vote them out. Saka and NPP should respect Ghanaians. We are tired of them. From Kofi Dako, Cape Coast. Good morning, Roslyn. Why should Bagbin be jailed? If he defies the SC, is Bagbin an armed robber or does his misinterpret the law? Please, the law must speak. Okay, so Openyi Jantua, and so the good thing is that today I have Openyi Jantua, who is a lawyer, and then students of the law here. So both Saka and E.M. Metonunu are all students of the law. So it's good. They will be the best people to answer that question that you asked, okay? Rosalind, good morning. If justice is not seen to be done, the people will show you that they are supreme. If our NDC MPs go to Parliament, we won't vote for them again. After all, MPP needs the minority to succeed, and it won't happen. Now, every little thing is Supreme Court that directs Parliament what to do. You can take a horse to a stream, but you can't force it to drink. What did MPP Constitution say about vacant seats? This is hypocrisy. John B. from Achimtafo. Good morning, Rosalind. The Speaker and the NDC caucus in the chamber is the cause of all the brouhaha in Ghana's Parliament. It's high time Speaker obey the Supreme Court rulings, else 10 years jail await him. Okay?
Sure.
Is the NDC communicator a historian? Well, the honorable minority members should please do the honorable thing by sitting at the left side of the House. They should stop removing the names tag of the majority members on their seats. What are they really seeking to achieve? The Speaker should speak. Master Planner
Yes,
from Kintampo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Roslyn. Please ask the MPP man that when a member of the MPP goes to contest as independent candidate and want to come back to the party, how many years will it take for that person to contest for position in the party again? Please ask him for me. Ask him because of the U-turn of the former MP. Good morning, Sister Roslyn. The Supreme Court is trying to overthrow the Constitution. The Constitution is very clear. Article 97, A1, G, and H says, shall vacate their seat is very clear. If I may ask, the vacation of the seat is not punishment to those MPs. If these MPs do not vacate their seat now, how will their seat be vacated if they go for election and lose or win? Let's be serious a bit in this country. The MPP should give us a break. Greetings to incoming. Okay. I am sad Amagana is suffering because of political gimmick. The next parliament will suffer because of if the speaker doesn't have powers to declare, then there is going to be more cross-carpeting and the speaker will remain silent. Then who will then announce for the Supreme Court to take over? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, this one says, good morning, Roslyn. In fact, politicians are destroying our beloved country instead of developing. It's not all about winning power to share the little resource left for Ghanaians for themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. They will be punished without knowing for attitudes. Stephen Opoku, Bemaka. Is it Michelle Camp? Okay, Michelle Camp. All right, so this one says, good morning, Rosalind. Kindly greet Lawyer Jantor for me. Please, I would like to connect with him to learn much from him. His line of thinking and analysis of political issues fascinates me and makes me feel proud. These are the right people who must be in government. I just heard one of the panelists say Parliament is a game of numbers. Also, what is the hair and cry? Hue and cry about seating position either on the right or the left of the speaker. All right, so wherever you sit, he says it's fine. Musa Abatwa says this election is about our daily lives. Mahama's second term promises real change with support from Julius Debra to make a 24-hour economy possible. Don't be misled by Baumia's claims because he has already mismanaged the economy. Let's choose a nation builder and infrastructure maestro, John Mahama, to improve our living conditions. Okay. Meshaka Santi says the upcoming general election is a communal labor for all Ghanaians, especially the suffering youth. We must use all our strength to push the elephant back to the bush so that Ghana can secure its second independence from the hands of Nana Bawumia dictatorship administration. Imagine Dr. Bawumia and Napo leading the country with a population of 31 million as our president and vice president. Like, it will be the biggest disaster that has happened to Ghana, including June 3rd disaster, which happened in 2015. So let's vote massively. Okay. What's the meaning of cross carpet when vote for Ask NDC during Parliament? Go and join NPP, you cross carpet. But when next voting, you go independent, it's not cross carpet. When CPP come, Ask MP. Okay, I don't understand what you are, so I'll have to read one more. This will be my last one, and then, you know, we'll take more opinions from my guests. Good morning. Most of us are struggling to even eat. Life is very tough in Ghana now. Where is the economic messiah? Okay. Parliamentarians are belly full, so their only problem is where to sit in Parliament. Childish intellectuals is like a day nursery school. We are suffering. Then our childish leaders are on it again. I don't blame them. They have money. So this is coming from somebody who doesn't have money. Says, I don't blame them. They have money. See, this is how some people feel. They feel that you go to Parliament, you're supposed to serve us. We are suffering. But because you're okay, so you are rather thinking about where to sit and where not to sit, whether you are majority or you are minority. This is what you're thinking about. And Ghanaians are not happy about it. So, okay, who landed and I went to read my messages? Oh, you landed. Okay, so then it's your turn.
Yeah, Rosie, you know, when you look at Article 122 of the Constitution, it talks about Parliament. And then, see, an act or omission which obstructs or impedes Parliament in the performance of its functions, or which obstructs or impedes a member or officer of Parliament in the discharge of his duties, or affronts the dignity of Parliament, or which tends either directly or indirectly to produce that result, is contempt of Parliament. Anything that you do that tends to obstruct the duty or performance of Parliament is contempt of Parliament. So you see, I keep saying that in as much as the executive arm of government have got their own functions and they've got their own powers, the judicial have got its own function and powers. The legislature has also got its own function and powers, and all of them can decide to use it. But when they decide to use it, this is the first time this thing is happening. You know, so when we are doing the constitutional review, we'll clarify some of these things. But when they all use their powers, who suffers? The ordinary people suffer. Because just like some of our viewers sent the messages, it's about the bread and butter issues. Okay, people are suffering in this country. People are not getting employment. People wake up and then they are not able to eat. Ghana Statistical Service in 2023 said that about 8 million Ghanaians, that's about 25% of the total population of Ghana, go a day without eating a meal. These are things that should concern members of Parliament, that we should be able to address them. How are they bringing in investors? How are they trying to improve the standard of living of people? Not playing politics. We are Ghanaians before we became politicians. As to whether you sit at the majority or you sit at the minority or whatever, see, if the MPP caucus in Parliament had come to Parliament even after they recalled Parliament, and the Speaker did not make the announcement, because Speaker gets mentioned that he's been served with a process. He didn't mention anything about it again. Further went on to say that the numbers are here, he's checked their attendance, and then they do not have the numbers to take a decision or anything. So therefore, Parliament has been adjourned Sunday. But if they're there, they could argue their cases, their issue out, and then maybe Speaker might have given a ruling. I think that Chairman Sabosu's leadership of the MPP side is dearly missed as at this point in time, because his leadership would have shown a clear path, would have exhibited maturity, would have built consensus. But about finger marking is like it's been a Rambo style leadership of the NPP, there where anything he gets runs
maybe
away.
That's what they like.
He runs
That's why
away
he's their
to
leader.
the
They're
Parliament.
hailing him for what
Parliament
he
is a
does.
house of consensus. They're hailing him, but who suffers? You're the ones supposed to make sure that government business goes through. And then if you are hailing him, have you achieved your aim?
But he has made sure that they didn't lose the majority
But
side.
what's your ultimate aim? Losing majority side or transacting government business? What's your ultimate aim? Transacting government business to benefit the people of Ghana or sitting on a majority chair? What's your ultimate aim? We should be clear, because if it was Oseche Mensah Bonsu leadership, I think they would have built. They have been in parliament, they are experienced, and they'll show maturity when it comes to this game. All the organs of government, they all have their powers, and if they all decide that they are going to execute their powers, the people of Ghana are going to suffer. I told you about presidency, and they have the ministers under them, finance ministries under them. They can decide not to pay these people, and then who suffers? And when you decide not to pay them, they also use their powers and decide not to pass certain laws or sit, and then who suffers? The ordinary people. So they should come together. They should build a concept. This is not politics. Okay? When I'm talking about these things, the Honorable Fingomaki, you could have just gone to sit down and then talk to the NDC side of the But you see, some of the comments they've made, that the Speaker of Parliament thinks himself as an emperor, he thinks himself as a king, and all that. You see, you are rather fueling the emotions. And then sometimes, if he also has, according to the constitution, there are also powers that he can also use. You're obstructing parliamentary business. He can also cite other organs of government for obstructing the business of parliament. And cite them for contempt. When parliament cites you contempt, it gets like the court citing you for contempt. So let's all get off our high horses. Let's think about the people of Ghana. People are
Let's
suffering.
think about the people of Ghana. Are you going to parliament?
When they recover, we've not seen. Parliament's supposed to rise. We'll go and sit at the majority side and listen to what Speaker has to say.
So
And listen to what Speaker.
We are back to square one.
No, it's not back to square. So how do you expect that? So based on ruling of the Supreme Court and parliamentarians have heard in the media, and then they come to Parliament and then they just go and sit there. They do not just get up to go to the majority side. When the Speaker tells us that he's informed us that this is a Supreme Court ruling, and then we should move to. We will humbly go, because we want government business to go on naturally. We are winning power on the 7th of December by the grace of God. And then the budget for the next, the first quarter of 2025, we want it to be read, because we don't want the people of Ghana to suffer. That's why we record all our parliamentarians across Ghana, from the northern region, from the upper east, upper west, everywhere. And they all came to Parliament. Where were the MPP people in Parliament?
Okay.
Did they even go to the committee to bring the business of the day?
Your time. Thank you very much. Opini, can the Speaker inform the House, even in the absence of the NDC, that the NPP is majority in Parliament?
But why would the NPP or NDC want to stay out of Parliament? Look, you see, one of the things that really hurts my heart is the way we tend to speak to our leaders. We need to show respect. We need to show discipline. It's an example for the people of Ghana to see. Even look at the Houses of Parliament. They disagree on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, they are showing discipline and respecting the House. And doing what? Going back. All this budge up and down. Really, Rosalind, it doesn't help. NDC, Supreme Court has made a decision. For the sake of the people of Ghana, walk into Parliament, go and sit in your seat. MPP, go and sit in your seat. What shouldn't happen? And this is probably what is stopping them. Mm-hmm. The touting of the other side. Hey, we won. Hey, and the way they address themselves, it's wrong. It's wrong. They are there because of the people. Parliament is a house of the people. They should tamper down. They should put all their egos aside, go in and do parliamentary business. Look, one of the major things I see with regards to all the talk that has gone on, how the Speaker has been addressed, how this has been addressed, would create a gulf between majority leader and Speaker, minority leader, majority leader, and Speaker. If you use bad language, how do you expect
the speaker to give you audience. How? Didn't Afenyo Makin say that? He had been to the speaker's house. He had been to the speaker's office. The speaker wasn't minding him. Didn't he say so? So I feel, and I plead, members of parliament, can you imagine if this happened probably way back?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine
that
the kind of
probably that time
stalemate?
would have had, a by-election, right?
Well, probably. But you see, we should not forget that there's precedent. The people of Sal, are they in parliament? Did you go to Supreme Court? Did you go to High Court? Jachi Kwesin, his people, did you go to Supreme Court? Did you go to High Court? So there's precedent in parliament that the speaker can follow and parliament can follow. Let's have consensus. At this 99th hour, where we are heading for the ending of parliament, let's come together. Parliament started 2020 with raucous. Are we ending parliament 2024 with raucous too? It doesn't bode well.
I asked the question earlier. Is it possible that the speaker and the leaders of the two caucus can sit down, have an agreement, and then when they are coming into parliament, we'll see the NPP sitting at the majority side and the NDC sitting at the minority side? Or they still have to come and sit as they were for the speaker to inform the House of the Supreme Court ruling, and then there'll be a switch?
Was it legal? What was done, was it legal? If it was legal, then maybe. But if it wasn't legal, let's go back to the status quo. Simple. Let's stop this. Minority, you have your seat. Majority, you have your seat. How many days to end of parliament? Let's pass the laws that we can pass, especially the budget. It's the people of Ghana that is most important, not what they are doing in parliament. What they are doing in parliament is subjective. It's not objective. Going back and sitting where is objective, where you can now get the business of the day going. Does it spoil you? Does it spoil them? Do they come out and people start teasing them? Oh, do they do that? So what is it?
All right, Saka.
Yeah, Rosalind. First of all, Speaker, you asked a question that whether the Speaker can inform the House, even without the MPP. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, those who were there actually form a quorum for Parliament to sit. And therefore, even if all of them are minority, they were representing Parliament at that time. And therefore, the Speaker could have delivered whatever he wanted to. You don't wait for the MPP majority to come before you can inform the House or undo what you have done. Of
Why
which
does the
Supreme
MPP
Court
want to
should
stay
have-
out of Parliament? Why?
No, I mean, there's a reason. I told
No,
you there is
for now, I think they won't stay
I
out
told
of
you there is-
Parliament. I think they stayed out of Parliament then, but now that the Supreme Court ruling has come, they
Yeah.
won't stay out of Parliament.
No,
right?
I mean, why?
But you know, most of your people are campaigning. Are you going to bring all of them to
Of
Parliament
course, I mean,
this time round?
parliamentary job is so important.
But we didn't see
The last
them
time
the
it was
last-
The
strategic.
last time I didn't see you.
It was a strategic
called for
move.
Parliament.
It's not like all of them were
Yeah.
there.
It
They
was
were in the
strategic
caucus meeting.
Mine
It's
got
not
to
as if
say
they were in the
strategic
They
move.
were, yeah, they were in the strategic meeting, and they felt.
Did
that-
they even inform the
Oh,
speaker that they
see,
were in caucus?
They
Did
felt. They
I have
felt
this
that-
particular segment, I have to do three. You know, opinion, the 3 minutes, so that we can.
Oh,
end.
okay,
Our
no
time
problem,
is
no
up,
problem.
so
No
so
problem.
about 2 minutes for you to. learn.
So they felt that entering Parliament would not have been in the interest of Ghanaians, and especially, you know, in the wake of the ruling of the Supreme Court, that says that the Bagbin ruling should be stayed. My brother talk about Osache Mensah would have done better and all those things. Why Osache Mensah was there? He himself was taken to the cleaners all the time by these people. And no member or no majority leader would have done something different from what.
Isn't this your enemy?
No, what did I
What do you
say?
say by these people? What do you mean
No,
by these people?
Yeah, these people.
Are they not Ghanaians?
Oh, so you can only
At least refer them
you
with
can only
their
refer
right.
to foreigners as
No.
They are these people. Oh,
refer them with their right name. Opposition. By these people. What do you mean by these people?
Okay.
They themselves
all right.
need to understand their
Zaka, make
If
your
they
point.
told you
They
by
understand.
these
Oh,
people,
Yeah,
you
I mean, they can
Let
call
him
me
make
that.
his point,
I don't
though.
care.
Please make your
Yeah,
point.
these people, they understand that these people means the NDC. So there's no problem about that. I'm saying that if a speaker comes to the House and declare 4 seats vacant, what else do you want
30
the
seconds
majority
to land.
leader to do other than to go to court? Because look,
He went to court before the
see-
speaker even started talking.
no. Yeah, he went to court.
He went to court before.
He has 30 seconds to land. 30 seconds to land.
No, he
please.
went to court because, first of all, he didn't want the
To injunct the speaker.
don't be injuncting me. See, because he didn't want the speaker to even do the pronouncement. But the speaker flouted it and threw it away and then went ahead and did the wrong thing. And therefore, after the declaration, the only thing that the MP, the majority leader could have done was to go to court, to injunct that the stay, to stay the prosecution, the execution. And I think that was fair, because if he had not stayed the execution of the orders of the speaker, a lot of damage would have done. By the time the Supreme Court interpretation ruling would have come, a lot of damage would have done. That is the reason why the only place to go then was
the Supreme Court. Thank you very much, Saka. Okay, Metal, you have also 3 minutes to make your point because we have to go.
Yeah, Rosalind, thank you very much. I think that in my concluding remarks in these last 3 minutes, I've said a lot about the happenings in Parliament. I just want to talk to the people of Ghana that we have a few more days to the elections on the 7th of December. This election is very critical for we as Ghanaians. And John Dramani Mahama says, I should tell you people this morning that anybody who comes to tell you that he, John Dramani Mahama, will cancel free senior high school education, tell the person that is a lie. In fact, John Dramani Mahama started progressive free SHS before he lost power in 2016. What he's saying now is that he's going to strengthen the free SHS. How is he going to do that? He's going to abolish the double track system. He's going to make sure that they decentralize the giving of the food to the schools so that they have good regular food at the schools over there. He's going to make sure that he gets a secured and a permanent source of funding to fund the free senior high school education as well. John Dramani Mahama says that when you're done with the senior high school and you're entering any tertiary institution from 2025, he, John Dramani Mahama, as president of Ghana, your tertiary education for your first year is going to be free of charge. And from the second, third year, fourth year going on, because the first year academic fees is free, any tertiary institution, whether nursing training college, teacher training college, technical universities, the traditional universities, free of charge.
So
second, third year, you're going to have...
It's not a loan, it's free.
No, the first year is free.
The first year is free.
Then the second, third year, you're going to put you on the student loan plus so that you'll be able to pay. But the most interesting thing about this whole thing is that when you are put on the student loan plus, when you are put on the student loan plus, when you are put stress, when you are put on the student loan plus,
I mean, you shouldn't lie
to free. When you are put on the student loan plus,
no, but they said it's not.
When you are put on the student loan plus and it's free, because of the 24-hour economy, once you're done with university and national service, there's ready job available for you, so you'll be able to pay back the student loan plan from the second and the third year. I beg you all Ghanaians, let's have one peace. We are Ghanaians before politicians. MPP, NDC, Saka is my friend. After here, we go down, we sit down and eat. Not let anybody deceive you. What we are professing is that we are giving you good policies. So we are going to win the elections on the 7th of December with good policies. Vote for the umbrella. Not numbers. There are no numbers on the ballot.
Just
look for the umbrella for presidential parliament.
Thank you very much.
The students cheated
too. This is all time will permit us for this particular segment. We want to say a very big thank you to all of you for sticking and staying with us. A big thank you to you, Opeyikwame Jantua Esquire, who represented the CPP this morning. To you, Saka Salia, who represented the NPP, and E.A. Metal Nunu Jr., who represented the NDC. Thank you all so much. And for those of you who sent in your messages to us, we are super grateful. We have about 24 days to go to the polls. And so when you go to the polls, make sure you vote for the right leader, the one who can implement the policies that they are promising you, the one that can give you a better life, the one that can fix everything for you. That's the most important thing. Yeah. So, but it's up to you to make a decision. Up to you to make a decision. Anyway, today, the 14th of November, we are starting our Joy Prime Made in Ghana Fair, and I'm excited about it. We are all gathering at the Good Park for this event. I can't wait. We'll be crossing over to have the opening ceremony where the CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority will be there for that. And of course, we'll have so many activities that will be taking place. So we can't wait to see you all there on these days, actually. So from today is 2 p.m. So you can make your way to the Good Park if you want to be a part of the opening ceremony. After 2 p.m. tomorrow, you know, we have our fun bit where we'll have our happy hour or after hours, and so you don't have to stay in traffic. Just come to the Good Park for us to have fun, and the Dusty will be on the turntable. Yes. And then on Saturday we'll have our fashion show. Wear your made in Ghana outfit wherever you hail from. Come in there looking glamorous. Depending on how you look, you could win a prize, you know. And on Sunday, we'll have our cooking competition. Now, this is what we want to do for most of you who have called us. You called us and you said to us that we want to be a part of the cooking competition. Don't limit it to just here. So what we are saying is that come and cook your hometown dish. So wherever you hail from, if you are probably an Nzima, you can do acheke. If you are a Voltarian, you can do akple or awokple. If you're from the north, what do they eat? Tubani and, you know, the Tizet and all. Yes, come and cook it for us. If you are from Ashanti region, come and do the fufu. You know, come and let's eat something. Come and let's know what you can cook. So on Sunday, we are giving you the opportunity to cook. If you're Ghana, the kenke, I nearly I can't leave you out. Fufu? Yes, okay.
Quick one. Since we don't come on Saturday is my birthday.
Oh, Saturday's the birthday. Wow. Let me sing for you. Okay.
When is your birthday?
Brenda's birthday is on Saturday.
Your birthday is when?
My birthday. Why?
No, you were.
No, I said from today to Friday to Sunday, I'm doing my birthday.
Why? Brenda's birthday is Saturday.
Yes.
Yes. So let's sing. Let's all sing for Openyi Kwame Jantua.
Oh, but
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah,
how old are you now?
I don't have a problem.
How old are you now?
I'll tell you.
How old are you now?
I'll tell you.
How old are you
on Saturday, I will be 67.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
I'll be 67.
Wow. That's nice.
But you wish Brenda as well.
Oh, gosh.
What's the wish you wish
Yeah.
Brenda?
So it's Tracy 70.
67.
67.
You look very young.
Yeah.
It's God.
Wow. Happy birthday in advance, Openyi.
You can add one.
May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now.
I don't have a problem saying my age. It shows maturity.
It shows maturity.
So when I talk, listen. You're my son boy.
Let's sing for Brenda. Happy birthday to you, Brenda. Happy birthday to you, Brenda. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May God bless you. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now.
But Brenda can come and show that the
Brenda, come. Brenda, come. Brenda, come. Everybody should be head of production here.
Yes,
Where's Brenda?
Producer extraordinaire.
Yes.
Oh, Brenda, please come. Brenda, please.
Brenda, the people need to see you. Come. People need to see you.
The viewers
we can't wish you happy birthday. You not showing
producer extraordinaire.
Yes. We want
Brenda.
to see you. She said she'll come on Friday.
She's around.
She's talking in my ears, telling me she'll come on Friday.
We are here.
Brenda, we are here.
Brenda, when you come, just says she's here.
I'm here. I'm sharing my birthday with you.
Are you sharing the same baby?
Yes, same
baby.
So you share it together then.
Come, Brenda, we are waiting for
Brenda,
you.
if you don't come, you don't respect me. If you don't come, you don't respect me. Okay.
67.
67.
Brenda,
And she called
are
me
you
back.
coming?
She's talking to Rosie.
Are you coming? Okay. So anyway, tomorrow, she said she'll show herself tomorrow. So on that note, what's a very big thank you to all of you. And a big thank you to...
When she's sharing a birthday with me, she doesn't want to come. So that even I can hack it.
A big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise for having our back. Go to Franco Trading Enterprise for all your gadgets. You can download the app on your phone, which is Franco Trading app, or you visit our website for further inquiries, www.francotradingenterprise.com. Franco Trading Enterprise, still food, Papa Pair.